Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of At the Buzzer Sports, where we talk all things basketball all the time. I'm your host, John Drummond, and today we got another mock draft. This is something I'm going to be trying to do weekly, where we just do a mock draft every single week with the 14 teams in the lottery, plus the other 16 teams in the rest of the draft, because today we're going to be doing a full first-round mock draft, and I kind of wanted to do something different, and I wanted to simulate the lottery and kind of do something different just because the Philadelphia 76ers, I really don't think they're going to be here throughout the entire season. Same with the Dallas Mavericks, but this may make it fun and this may make the picks different, so we're going to simulate the lottery and see how that goes. All right. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and the Portland Trailblazers luck into getting Cooper Flagg. That's crazy. And the Dallas Mavericks get the number 2 pick. So that's really good. That's really good. All right, let's use this in the mock draft, and we're going to start out just like this. Okay, so we're sitting here with the first pick at the Portland Trailblazers, and this is a team that does have a lot of guards, and bringing in Cooper Flagg is obviously going to be a game changer. You get somebody who can kind of make up for those deficiencies with Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe kind of being your backcourt of the future, because we know those guys aren't the best defensively. And now we add in a guy like Cooper Flagg, who's going to be a great defender next to Donovan Clingan. And this Portland Trailblazers luck is really going to turn around. So I'm going to be taking Cooper Flagg number 1 to the Portland Trailblazers. This is going to be extremely fun. Love and see him in Portland. That's going to be pretty fun. At number 2 with the Dallas Mavericks, which is a team that I don't think is going to be here much longer, but since they're here, we might as well make a pick for them. And I would love to get them some athleticism on the wing, because right now they're a little lacking in the athleticism around the small forward position, or maybe even the power forward position. And I think Ace Bailey is the perfect player to pair next to them. You can really bring that athleticism in. He's great in transition. He's great off ball. He's great with motion threes. This is somebody that I think is going to be really good for Dallas. But once again, I don't think Dallas is going to be here much longer. But since they're here, we might as well make a pick for them. Ace Bailey, you will be going to Dallas, Texas. Now at number 3, the Utah Jazz. And this is where I would take Jaeger Demon if I was going to be really nasty on this show, because Jaeger Demon has been playing phenomenal basketball with the shooting, the pull-up shooting, the catch-and-shoot shooting, shooting off screens, shooting off the dribble, being able to collapse defenses, to play in the pick and roll, to play make, and to be a solid team defender. I really do like Jaeger Demon in this position, but we're going to go best player available, the guy that I think has all NBA upside, NBA All-Star upside, and that is Dylan Harper at number 3. I think this is a very good pick for the Utah Jazz. Get somebody who can shot create in the half court, somebody who can make those tough shots, can get to the free throw line, has a nice in-between game. That's very solid for me. At number 4 with the Washington Wizards, I think Nolan Traore may be the move here, and then part of me wants to go Jaeger Demon as well. You have a starting lineup with maybe Bub Carrington, Jaeger Demon, Bilal Coulibaly, whoever you want to put at the 4, and Alex Sarr at the 5. I'm going to take Jaeger Demon here. Yes. I think Jaeger Demon so far through his 4 or 5 games has really improved his draft stock. Now it is extremely early, but as of right now, Jaeger Demon is playing like a top 5 pick, so why not make him a top 5 pick? With the number 5 overall pick, I'm going to be taking VJ Edgecombe for the Philadelphia 76ers. This is somebody who you're not going to be too worried about the offense because, his jump shot has not been falling as of late. You are going to be more intrigued by the defensive upside that he does provide, the transition offense that he does provide, the defensive transition as well. Somebody that can really get some offensive rebounds, somebody that can rebound the ball very well. He's a very good rim protector at his size, and the strength and athleticism can really provide a type of value to where he can guard some wings on the perimeter. He can guard guards on the perimeter. He's extremely athletic. He has a ball handle. He can play make. And if the shooting upside is there, this could be a very good player. And for the Philadelphia 76ers, who right now have been dealing with some injury concerns and right now are currently the worst team in the league, this is the type of guy that is a win now type of player, and you're going to pair him next to Tyrese Maxey, and that perimeter defense does get a lot better with him. So I'm going to be taking VJ Edgecombe here at number 5 to the Philadelphia 76ers. I think this is a home run pick here. With the 6th pick, the New Orleans Pelicans. Do I go Nolan Traore here? Do I go Kaman Malak? Yves Missi has been playing very well to the point where it's like, I don't know if drafting another center really rectifies the center issue that they have, because once again, you have a center on roster. It's just he's very young. So I'm going to go, and then you could go Con Knipple with his off-ball value. You can also go Nolan Traore, who can progress and inevitably take DeJounte Murray's spot. But then again, he's on a 4-year contract. Do we go Liam McNeely? I like Liam McNeely's game too. I do like Trey Johnson's game. I do like Kasparas Yakachonis. This is a tough one. I don't usually do my mock drafts before I press record, which may not be the best, but I'm actually going to go Con Knipple here. Yeah, I'm going to go Con Knipple. This is a guy who's going to be extremely valuable off ball. You still get that value with Point Zion. The way Zion attacks the basket, to have that spot up shooting and that motion shooting and that shooting off the dribble, the way he can attack closeouts, I think that's very valuable. I don't think a point guard is the play for the Pelicans here just because you just traded for DeJounte Murray. He's going to be around for a while. I don't think Kaman Maluach is the best pick here, even though center is a need for the Pelicans. But then again, they just drafted Yves Missi, and you can be higher on Kaman Malak. But then again, I think they ride it out with Yves Missi for at least another year or 2 years before they say maybe we should draft another big. So I think Con Knipple is the move here. But Kaman Malak or Kaman Maluach, I flip-flop through his names every now and then. I think Kaman Maluach is the perfect fit for the Raptors. He's the perfect fit for the Raptors. You get a little bit more athletic in your front court. Pairing him next to Scotty Barnes or wherever Scotty Barnes' position he plays nowadays. He plays point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, 1 through 4, switchblade offensively and defensively. Putting Kaman Maluach on the floor with them, that makes this defense extremely well. I think he's extremely fast for his position. I think he gets off the floor pretty quickly to contest shots. I think he's a great rebounder. I think he's very physical. I think he has an in-between game as a big. He plays very high up in pick and rolls due to the athleticism and how he can stay in front of the ball handler. I like Kaman Maluach here, and I think that's where he's going to go with Toronto right here at the 7th pick. So this is very intriguing. We have Nolan Traore falling to number 8, and it's going to be all the way to number 9 because Liam McNeely will be going to the Charlotte Hornets to get them some floor spacing, somebody who can put the ball on the floor. He is very inconsistent with his touch around the rim, which is something that has to be worked on. But when we talk about a sniper, he's shooting 40% from 3 this season so far. Now he only played 4 or 5 games so far. So this is going to be something that is a work in progress, but Liam McNeely on the Hornets does make sense for me. He makes sense for me. Next, for the San Antonio Spurs, do they go another guard here? I don't really think so. Do they go Trey Johnson? Do they go Kasparas Yakachonis? I don't think they go another guard here just because they have Stephon Cassell and Devin Vassell. Or Stephon Cassell and Devin Vassell. Nolan Traore is really falling. He's really falling. And that's on me. That's on me. You know what I'm saying? I haven't found the perfect fit for him to where the teams that have been provided so far, I just don't know if he's the best fit for these teams. I think Colin Murray Boyles might make his way into the top. No. Let's not nuke this. Let's go Trey Johnson. Let's not nuke this. Trey Johnson is an absurd scorer. Whether it's off ball, on ball, spot up shooting, motion shooting. He can play in the post. He can play in the mid-range. This is just a volume scorer that I think could have like a Tyler Hero type of upside, maybe even a Devin Booker type of upside. I like Trey Johnson here. This is the type of volume scorer that the Spurs could really use. As for the Chicago Bulls, I think they're in a situation where you take the best guy available. You take the best guy available. If Kaman Maluach was on the board, I think there was a no-brainer pick there. As far as Colin Murray Boyles and this guy, I'm not going to say his name, Noah Essengay out of France. I just don't think these guys' upside, outside of maybe Kasparas Yakachonis, is as high as Nolan Traore's, to the point where you take the best player available and he probably gets pushed up the rotation higher than a Josh Giddey or Ayo Dosunmu, just based off of the ceiling that Nolan Traore has with the rim pressure and the change of direction and change of pace that he does provide, being able to play out of the pick and roll, being able to be a decent decision maker out of the pick and roll. The jump shot has been very inconsistent to start off this season. I think he plays in the Australian League, but I like this pick in Nolan Traore. He's going to go with the Chicago Bulls here. Now, once again, this isn't going to be a mock draft where everywhere fits. We see in the draft time and time again, if there's a team like the Chicago Bulls who are in a position where they may have too much guards, but the guy that's on the board at number 10 may have fell and is a top 5 prospect, may happen to be at a position that they do have a lot of. Like, don't get me wrong, they have a lot of ball handlers. But let's think about how long Lonzo Ball's going to be there. Zach LaVine, his trade market is heating up. I'm going to be making a video about that soon. So if you guys want to look out for that, make sure you subscribe. Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu. What is a real world where Lonzo Ball and Zach LaVine aren't already off this team come the draft? I think you just take Nolan Traore here and you build him up. As for the Detroit Pistons, I would love Kasparas Yakachonis here just to get some floor spacing. Secondary ball handler next to Cade. Very good off-ball player. I think Kasparas is the way to go here. I would not hate reaching in the draft and taking a Roko Zakarsky, who is extremely athletic, guards at the perimeter very well, flips his hips amazingly, just to the point where he can recover even if he gets beat off the dribble by a ball handler. I don't hate this pick here. I also don't hate a Jaleel Bethea, who I'm very high on as a role player. I'm going to go Kasparas Yakachonis here because I feel as though he is the best player on the board as of right now. Kasparas Yakachonis will be going number 11 to the Detroit Pistons. Now for the Sacramento Kings. This is where I could see a Colin Murray Boyles or a Drake Powell. Somebody who can just be an on-ball defender in Drake Powell. And then another guy in Colin Murray Boyles who can get rebounds, play defense on the perimeter, be such a willing finisher through contact. I'm going to go Drake Powell here. No, I'm not. I'm going to go Colin Murray Boyles. I think his defensive upside is just a little higher with his strength, with his rebounding ability, with his size, about 6'7", 245 pounds. He is one of the older prospects in the lottery. He is returning for his second season, hasn't lit the world on fire yet, but he has been playing well for what we've seen of him. I think Colin Murray Boyles is going to be the pick here. And now the Utah Jazz have another pick via Minnesota, who has not looked great. I think they will turn it around. I think they can turn it around. As of right now, I think the best pick here, I'm going to go, I think Ben Seraph could be a good pick here. I think Hugo Gonzalez could be a good pick here. I think Jaeger Demon would have been a great pick here. I ended up going with Dylan Harper. But why not double down on the perimeter defense with Drake Powell? Now, this is a guy who has not played great to start out, but the defensive upside is there, and that's something that is going to always be intriguing. As for the San Antonio Spurs, they're really building out this young core. I had them taking Trey Johnson here. I also have them, I don't know, because when we look at it, we see, what about Carter Bryant? 6'8", very athletic, can get up and down the floor, rebounds the ball pretty well, finishes inside pretty well, can defend. I'm gonna take Carter Bryant here. I'm gonna take Carter Bryant here. He is going to be my selection. So let's just get this ad out the way and draft my guy. Carter Bryant, 6'8", mobile, big, can get up and down the floor, very athletic, very young, very raw. that is the lottery so far, 1 through 15. The Brooklyn Nets, who are currently outside of the lottery, this is what makes it difficult in the early days doing mock drafts, because we know later down the line in the season, this is going to be a team that's in the top 5. Like, we know that. And I think we almost know that teams like the Kings, the Mavericks, and the 76ers are either going to be way outside of the lottery or outside the lottery, at least maybe like 17th, 18th, 19th. I think they go best player on the board, and we're going to take Hugo Gonzalez. Very crafty ball handler, can finish around the rim, can make the solid read on the floor, whether it's driving to the rim or playing out of the pick and roll. I think Hugo Gonzalez is going to be the guy here. For the Indiana Pacers, this is where I kind of look perimeter defense. The problem with that is I just don't think there's a lot of perimeter defense early on in the draft, to where maybe you just double down on the offensive side and you go with a guy like Jalil Bethea, who I don't think is 6'5". I think he's really 6'3". He is very skinny, so that's going to give him kind of a lack of defensive presence. You know, just being that skinny and being that short, not being the best playmaker, just being more of a guy who comes in as kind of like a firecracker off the bench that can light the world up from 3, can just hit any shot on the floor. Or do you go with Will Riley, who is a more lengthy shot creator, more lengthy tough shot maker? Or maybe you take Ben Seraph, or maybe you just go with this guy, who I have no clue who this is. Like, don't get me wrong. And I think I watched him play against Duke the other day. Didn't really see much that impressed me. Once again, I have to do some more research on him. Maybe then I'll know a little bit more. But he's probably not going to get drafted in this video at all. So if you are a fan of him, and maybe you're a cousin of his, I'd love to have him on for an interview. Call him up. Send him over here. Anyway, he won't be getting drafted in this video. I'm just not going to talk about somebody I know nothing about. Like, that's just not something I'm going to do. I apologize. But that's just something I'm not going to do. I'm going to go Will Riley here. He seems like a guy that can go in the lottery. In this mock draft, he will be falling right outside of the lottery, but he still will be going to a team nonetheless. Anyway, for the Brooklyn Nets, I'm going to go best player available, and that's going to be Ben Seraph, who kind of has a very similar game to Kasparas Giacochonis. Lengthy, ball handler, on and off ball creator, solid shooter, solid playmaker. We're going to draft him here. For the Oklahoma City Thunder, I would not mind taking a project pick, if you will. I'm going to go Noah Essengay. Who has had some struggles from deep as of late. He's very young, 18 years old, 6'8", can handle the ball, can create in the half court, just being a guy that gets downhill. Once again, this is a project pick. He's probably going to get sent down to the G League. Him and Ousmane Dieng could probably compete for minutes. That's where I'm going to go. As for the Houston Rockets, I think this is where Roko Zakarski gets drafted. I think the project with Steven Adams has been a bit of a bust as of late. He is a great veteran guy to have in the locker room, don't get me wrong, but to have some real rim protection, a real defensive presence off the bench for his maybe first 1 or 2 seasons, Roko Zakarski is going to be that guy. Me and Pensar Basketball had a video which should be coming out today if it's not out already. We talked about some of the better prospects in the draft. Me and Penn are very high on him. So for him to fall to 19, that's ultimate value pick. Now, for the number 20th pick, I'm going to have the Orlando Magic taking Jalil Bethea. This is a guy who, once again, can shoot the piss out the ball, to be blunt. And that's what the Magic need. I know they signed KCP, who has not been playing phenomenal for the Orlando Magic as of yet, but I still don't think your floor spacing improves drastically with one signing. And Jalil Bethea is going to be that guy who's going to be a combo guard. I don't really see much of a playmaker so far with Jalil Bethea, but once again, he's going to be able to thrive off of his teammates creating rim pressure and people collapsing and helping off of him, because they're going to dare him to shoot in his early days, and I think he's going to be able to. I think he's going to be able to make defenses pay early. So next, with the 21st pick, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder picking again. Let's see. Let's look around. I'm just realizing two guys who I'm extremely high on. ESPN has all the way at 31 and 32. Boogie Fland and Asa Newell. These are guys who I would consider would go way higher. So why not? Why not? I think I'm going to go Boogie Fland here. Boogie Fland, a guy who, very great shot creator, very great shooter off the dribble, can really collapse defenses, has a great ball handle, but I think he will need time to develop as a playmaker, as a defender. So why not send him to OKC? OKC is going to develop their guys. They're going to find some value in his game. Why not take him here? Now for the Brooklyn Nets, why don't we take my guy Asa Newell? Get those guys right out the way, because they should have been drafted way earlier. But with the Memphis Grizzlies, I think shooting could be something that really helps them out later down the line. I mean, you have Desmond Bane. You have the rookie, I'm forgetting his name. I think it's Jalen Wells. But as I'm looking at this team, as I'm looking at this roster with the Memphis Grizzlies, they are riddled with a lot of injuries. Gigi Jackson's out. Vince Williams is out. This is a team that, once again, another guy like Ian Jackson, who plays phenomenal defense, very athletic, hasn't lit the world on fire yet, but I think he can find a way in this mid to late 20 section to where he can get some burn, and the Memphis Grizzlies could be a very good pick for him. As for the Atlanta Hawks, this is another team where I could say could use a big man, but the big man that they're really looking for, I don't necessarily think is on the board. I think Derek Queen is very talented. I don't think he is the rim protecting big that you want. I think he's more of a offensive oriented big, the way he does finish around the rim, the way he can rebound, and the way he shows playmaking signs. I think that's more of the center he is. I think he's more offensive oriented than defense. They did just bring in Dyson Daniels, who I think is fantastic next to Trae Young. I think I'm actually gonna go Derek Queen here, though. I think I'm actually gonna go Derek Queen, because you add the fact that he can make these decisions in the middle of the floor where he usually operates, and you're now going to have one of the best playmakers in the league who makes life easier for big men. I'm going to take Derek Queen number here at 24. I said number here at 24. At number 24 here. That's an L moment. With the number 25 pick, the Orlando Magic, I'm going to have them going with Dink Pate here. I think Dink Pate, very lengthy. I think he's 6'8", 6'9" at the guard position. He can make some decisions here. You would like to see him improve on his shooting. And I know the Magic is a team that we can't really afford to have them drafting guys who can't really shoot the ball. But I think the upside is there as a pull-up shooter, as an off-the-dribble shooter, as a defender. He's not the greatest defensively right now, don't get me wrong, but the upside is there. And we're not going to have him playing minutes immediately. But you get him behind a guy like Jonathan Isaac, and maybe, just maybe, he can become the defender that his tools allow him to be. You know, the tools that he shows, it looks like he should be a very, very good defender. Up next, I'm going to have the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to have them take Darion Reed. Now, Darion Reed is a power forward who is a lob finisher, very physical around the rim, very good glass cleaner. I think he runs the break very well. I think Brooklyn is really, really, really putting together a young core. Now, once again, once we go through the season and the Brooklyn Nets start to fall in the standings, because no matter how good they look, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. That's when we can really get a gauge on who they're going to get. But I love doing mock drafts, so we're going to do this now. Anyway, on the clock with the Golden State Warriors, who could use some athletic, not even athletic, just some size. Right now, they're giving up some of the most offensive rebounds in the league. I think they're bottom 5 in offensive rebounds allowed. So, where could they really use some size from? Because once again, I think this Alex Caravan guy is nice. Don't get me wrong. The other guy from Kansas is pretty good too, but I don't know if he's getting drafted. This would be a great move to trade this pick and maybe bring in somebody else. Or you just say, you know what? Let's draft upside and take Isaiah Evans. very, very early, even though he hasn't gotten the minutes and hasn't been as impressive as Duke as of late. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this guy. I don't even know him, but he's 7'2". He's 7'2". He's 7'2". I'm going to take him. Sophomore, I'm going to take him. The Los Angeles Clippers, I'm going to go Keon Catchings. Very athletic, great defender. We're going to take him here at the 29th pick. And for the Boston Celtics, I really want to go with my guy here. Where is he? There he is. Isaiah Evans. You're not coming to Boston. The last pick, very, 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 very seasoned veteran point guard, Tyrese Proctor. Junior at Duke. Constant. Right decision guy. Very high decision playmaker. I'm going to take Tyrese Proctor with the 30th pick. Oh, no, that was the 29th pick. The 30th pick goes to the Utah Jazz. And we're going to go Donnie Freeman. Combo forward. Defends very well. Gets downhill extremely well. Very physical down low. We're going to take Donnie Freeman here. And that is my mock draft, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go through pick 1 through 30. Cooper Flag going number 1 to the Portland Trailblazers. Ace Bailey going number 2 to the Dallas Mavericks. Dylan Harper going number 3 to the Utah Jazz. Jaeger Deming going number 4 to the Washington Wizards. VJ Edgecombe going number 5 to the Philadelphia 76ers. Khan Knipple going number 6 to the New Orleans Pelicans. Kaman Maluach going number 7 to the Toronto Raptors. Liam McNeely going number 8 to the Charlotte Hornets. Trey Johnson going number 9 to the San Antonio Spurs. Nolan Traore going number 10 to the Chicago Bulls. Kasparis Yakuchonis going number 11 to the Detroit Pistons. Colin Murray Boyles going number 12 to the Sacramento Kings. Drake Powell going number 13 to the Utah Jazz. Carter Bryant going number 14 to the San Antonio Spurs. Hugo Gonzalez going number 15 to the Brooklyn Nets. Will Riley going number 16 to the Indiana Pacers. Ben Seraph going number 17 to the Brooklyn Nets. Noah Essengay going number 18 to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Roko Zakarski going 19th to the Houston Rockets. Jalil Bethea going 20th to the Orlando Magic. Boogie Fland going number 21 to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Asa Newell going number 22 to the Brooklyn Nets. Ian Jackson going number 23 to the Memphis Grizzlies. Derek Queen going number 24 to the Atlanta Hawks. Dink Pate going number 25 to the Orlando Magic. Darian Reed going number 26 to the Brooklyn Nets. Him going number 27 to the Golden State Warriors. Cannon Catchings going number 28 to the Los Angeles Clippers. Tyrese Proctor going 29 to the Brooklyn Nets. Not the Brooklyn Nets, the Boston Celtics. And Donnie Freeman going number 30th to the Utah Jazz. And if you like this type of content, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I will be doing mock drafts every single day. I try to upload every single day, Monday through Saturday. And if I did not upload that day, one of those days, it's truly because I was just extremely busy. It's not because I'm lazy and I'm taking days off. We don't take days off over here. That's just how it is. So if you like consistent basketball conversations, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.